Look at this pen. What if I told you that this alone could help bring down a massive unnecessary waste on this earth? Now, I'm certain that every single one of us in this room has used a pen before. Some might even have one on our desk right now. Fountain pens are used to make your writing experience better than using a ballpoint and look flashy at the same time. I once only used ballpoint pens too, but with some guidance from some of my close friends who were already using fountain pens, I realized why they were superior and was able to change over even some of my family to using these pens. Now, I believe you should use fountain pens over regular ballpoint pens. Using a fountain pen makes writing easy and fun. You get less tired writing, it's more economical, and there are so many different ink, nib size, and pen choices. If you've ever heard that these pens are leaky and distrustful, that is not the case. They in fact improve our writing experience altogether. Now, using a fountain pen actually makes it far more easy to write and overall a more pleasurable writing experience. Have you ever been writing with a pen on an exam or a paper for far too long and you begin to cramp up in the hand? Using a fountain pen can eliminate this painful sensation. Fountain pens use liquid ink, which makes it far more easy to write and gives a smoother sensation when writing. And using just the weight of the pen itself, you can write. This creates a way easier time with less fatigue, overall making a very nice writing experience for longer periods of time. Now, along with having an all-around pleasurable writing experience, you can get away with more pleasure from choosing all the different customizable features of a fountain pen. There are so many different customizable features to choose from, including the type of ink you use, or what size or material the tip or the nib of the pen is, or what type of pen you will use. Think about the color blue. Now think about how many different shades of that color you could possibly come up with. That is just how many shades of color you could buy for your fountain pen to use. You can buy so many different types of inks too. There aren't just colors to think about. Some inks are bulletproof, meaning if water hits them they don't blotch. Some inks are shimmer inks, which you can see the ink sparkle or take up different shades of color. There are also so many different kinds of nibs or nib sizes. Nibs are located on the tip of the fountain pen where the ink flows out and onto the paper. Nib sizes can range from extra fine, being the thinnest on the line, to broad, being the thickest. There are also such things called flex and calligraphy nibs, where the tines of the pen can flex open and close on varying pressure to generate line movement and expression. Nibs can also come in a variety of different materials depending on the price range and how smooth you want your writing experience to be. Steel nibs are the most popular for low-costing pens because they are very sturdy. When approaching a higher price point, you can buy 24 karat gold nibs or nibs plated with a material called rhodium. Both are exceptionally smooth and fun to write with. Now the most important part and the coolest part, the pen itself. The fountain pen is one of the most personal possessions. The tastes and needs of individual users differ in the very widest degree, and the vast modern range of quality instruments could even satisfy the most discriminating user. Fountain pens come in many different shapes and sizes, making them unique to the writer. You can always find a pen that's just right for you. Some pens are made to be larger and heavier for bigger hands, while some can be very small and sleek. For these types of things, it comes down to personal preference. The same goes for the look of the pen. There are, just like inks and nibs, a vast amount of different pens, from cheap all the way up to thousands of dollars. Finding one that is right for you and looks the best for you is what makes a difference. According to the New York Times, to attract the younger generations, one must convey the message that a pen is also a mark of style. When a person at a meeting unscrews the top of a fountain pen, everyone looks to see what he's doing. That puts him one step above. It is also much more economical to use these pens than a ballpoint or a disposable pen. Think of all the pens you've gone through or lost in your life. Now think about every single person in this room going through that. This campus, this country, this earth. You get it. The amount of plastic and ink being wasted around the world from pens alone is astonishing. According to the EPA, Americans throw away 1.6 billion disposable pens every year. Add the rest of the world, multiply by over 50 years of writing with disposable pens, and that's a lot of metal and plastic waste to end up in a landfill. Now think of all the pens just sitting in old mugs or drawers in your house. When will they all ever be used? They will most likely be thrown out or lost at some point. According to Rutgers University student Ash Dunleavy, the amount of money wasted on pens that just end up being thrown out or added to the landfill is appalling. The simple solution to all this is refillable and reusable fountain pens. Now, I've told you some benefits to using a fountain pen over a regular cheap ballpoint. There are many, many more reasons, but the ones stated were that you get less tired writing, it's more economical, and there are so many ink, nib size, and pen choices. With that, I believe all of you should at least consider now using a fountain pen or trying one out. According to BBC News, online retailer Amazon says sales so far in 2012 have doubled compared with the same period in 2011. They are 4 times higher than 2010, which is already a great start. Over time, I believe that if more of the world changes to refillable and reusable pens, our carbon footprint will go down enormously, and the Earth might just be a little bit of a better place while we have more fun writing. Thank you.